YouTubes, Wilsonville Development. This is my 239th weekly update. I'll just get this right out of the way. I had the day off of work yesterday, and I committed myself to doing nothing but training and relaxing, honestly. I'm not the kind of guy who really complains, but we hadn't had a scheduled day off of work in 4 months, like actually a little over 4 months, since New Year's was the last holiday we had, and I didn't take any days off in that interim. And in fact, there were some weeks where I had actually worked 14 days in a row, a couple of those within this time frame, so I was tired. I was really tired. I didn't mean to skip doing my update yesterday. It just sort of happened, and then I woke up this morning and I was like, oh yeah, I didn't do that. But honestly, it felt great. I feel a lot better, a lot more recharged. That being said, I'll just make this one a relatively quick one. That way it can be like an apology. I believe it's like the third time I've ever been late on it, so can't really say too much. I mean, in 4 years or 4 years coming up in September, it'll be 4 years I've been doing this, and I think this is the third time I've ever actually been late. And I believe this is the only time where I just decided early yesterday morning, like, nah, and then decided midway through the day, like, yeah, I'll do it, and then I remembered again, and I was like, oops. So, this week actually went relatively okay. Overall, I'm happy with how everything went. Squats went up a little bit as compared to the last time. I did 4 reps of given weight, up by 5 pounds. Progress is progress, but I believe the depth looked better, and I believe the form was slightly better. That being said, squats are kind of killing me. I was doing pretty okay going into Monday, and then once I hit that last set of squats, pretty much the last rep on the last set, I felt a lot of pain shooting up and down the left side of my back and leg, and it didn't even feel spinal anymore. It felt muscular, which I'm taking as a good thing. It's sort of the same pain that I had when I had torn my hip flexor. I think that was almost 2 years ago or a year and a half ago now. It felt like that same pain. I don't have any bruising or anything, so I don't think anything's torn, but I think my body kind of got used to being in a certain position, and now I'm sort of teaching it to be in a different position, and it hurts a lot, and it doesn't like it, but I figure if I just keep forcing it to go to this new position, eventually everything will just work out, or it'll break fully, and then I can just teach it to get used to that position again, kind of like I did with this hip. Either way, progress is progress, but the pain was pretty awful. Luckily, I always have press day on Tuesdays, so even though I'm torn up, the pressing doesn't take a hell of a lot out of my back. It does hurt a little, but it's nothing that keeps me from performing on, let's say, in comparison to, let's say, squat or deadlift, where my back pain definitely prevents me from doing some certain things because the pain just sort of gets in my head, and it's hard to do stuff. It's mentally, it messes with you too, but especially the pain kind of prevents you from getting into the proper positioning, and you're not in the right spot, so it'll mess you up. Pressing went great. Shooting for 155 for 4, and I got it. I honestly felt like I might be able to do another if I really wanted to. And then deadlifts yesterday went pretty good. I wanted to get to a weight that felt good, and I still felt pretty strong in it, and managed to get up to 300, right on the nose, which is, it's much lower than I've ever been, or in comparison to the highest I've been. But when rebuilding, these things, they take time. I thought they felt pretty good, and then I watched the video, and they looked pretty good. Basically right where I want to be. And what I didn't realize until I rewatched the video again and again was like the speed was actually pretty good there too. I thought the speed was slower than it was, but rewatching the video I was like, oh, that speed was actually pretty good. If you want to check out any of those lifts, be sure to subscribe so you can see my 2 videos that come out every Wednesday at 1 a.m. 2 standing for the week of. And I show the lifts from last week that I've recorded. So I'm happy with how things are going. Things are actually going good this time. I'm not lying to myself. If things are bad, they're bad. If they're good, they're good. So squats are a little rougher. Press is going good, and deadlifts are just moving right along, and form is getting better and tighter. And that's basically all I have to say about this last week. What else was there? I don't know, I'm trying to think. Next week I'll sit down in front of the camera, not sit down, but I'll talk in front of the camera about some slight changes I've done to my diet, including things I was doing, things I'm doing now. And that's basically all I have to say this week. It's kind of early in the morning, so I'm like still waking up, but I wanted to get this video done because I know so many people are looking forward to it. Doesn't matter. Just remember, any progress is progress. The line is not straight. I've talked about it a million times. A million people have talked about it a million times, but it's based over time, so it has no choice but for the line to go this way. Sometimes it goes straight down, sometimes it goes straight up. But even injuries are progress because they teach you things that you were either doing wrong. That's pretty much all they can teach you, because usually if you get injured, it's because you did something wrong. Nine times out of 10, it's because you screwed something up. Either you went too heavy, either you pushed it too hard, either you let your form falter. That's how I feel about that. But just remember, progress is progress, and as long as you keep moving forward, which you have no choice to because it's based on time, and time moves forward, time slows for no man, then you're making progress. And it's always a good thing in lifting and in life. As long as you keep trying. If you're not trying, then what's your excuse?